Are you looking for a few free NBA prop bets? Well, hey, I got 3 of them for you. Come on in. Hey, good morning. It is Craig Bennett, aka Cash Cake here, and I got 3 NBA prop bets for you. And my friends over at Oddsjam, they got some free tools for you as well. And we're going to go in and talk about them, kind of explain what it's about, and I will talk about the 3 plays that I do like tonight, and hopefully we'll catch all 3. This Philly and Brooklyn game is going to be awesome. All 3 plays come from that game, with all the narrative street with Philly, with Harden getting traded to Philly. It should be an awesome game. So again, you got 3 plays there. And before we hit that though, hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, lets me know you want me to keep doing these videos for you. Absolutely love it. Let's just keep knocking these out and let's get after it. All right, as you can see on the screen here, I have oddsjam.com up, and they have some free tools that you can use to kind of help you with your betting, regular sports betting, props. I'm going to talk about some NBA props tonight, but they have a little bit of everything. If you go to their odds page here, again, baseball, basketball, boxing, everything you could think of. We're going to be focused on basketball though, but they also have really cool bet tracker. If you want to track your bets, it's absolutely free. Come in here. They get graded automatically, which is awesome. And again, if you're going to do any kind of sports betting, you need to know where you're at. And again, it's a long game, but you need to know, and they got a free tracker here for you as well. So again, and they have a free, if you sign up, they have an email that you'll get 3 profitable arbitrage bets every day. So definitely sign up for that. And if you want to sign up, they got a 7-day trial as well. So with that, let me talk about the 3 plays that I like today, using their tools to kind of explain how I use these. And, in your research every day, you should always be building out your toolbox and finding new things, new ways to find edges, because that's what we're looking for. So I'm going to use their tools to explain. We only have 2 NBA games tonight. So, I'm going to talk everything in this Philly and Brooklyn game. But we also have the Denver Nuggets and the Golden State Warriors. This Philly at Brooklyn, Philly's favored by 4, 233.5 over under. And again, all the narrative street with Harden should be a lot of fun. So we're going to click in this game and pull this up. And again, you have everything up here of what you want to look for, right? If you want to look at players' points, if you want to look at player steals, rebounds, we're going to start off with player points with the first play here. When you come down here, what you want to look at here is the Oddsjam perfect line. This is what the line should be. It's the sharp line. It's one thing that you should look at and compare it to the books, right? So if we go in here and just for instance, James Harden over 24.5 points, the Oddsjam perfect line says it's minus 131. Well, you can get it at minus 120 at DraftKings, or at Caesars, or at BetMGM. So basically you're getting 11 cents on the dollar here of what the line should be. So this is if the line's at minus 131 and I can get it for, minus 120, then, that's a pretty good bet if I can get over 10 cents on the dollar here. But the first one we're going to talk about here is we're going to come down here and we're going to talk about Kevin Durant. And we're going to talk over 28.5 points. Now he laid up a stinker and it really upset a lot of people. Got on Instagram, decided to flame people on a couple parlays that went after him, which was kind of funny. But at the same time, he's pretty stinking petty about stuff like that. But if you look, you get a lot. This is great. Minus 140 is what the line should be, and over 28.5 points. And he's went over this in 2 of his last 3 games. Only put up 14 against Charlotte. But again, going up against Philly here, he's played Philly 3 times this year. He's put up 29, 34, and 33 points. You can get this over at BetMGM for minus 105. So you get 35 cents on the dollar here if you bet this. Absolutely love this over in a bounce back spot for him, only putting up 14 points. I bet he's a lot more aggressive here. Or probably see some thigh bowl on him, maybe a little bit of Harris, but it doesn't matter, man. He elevates to get his shot. He can get his shot any way he wants to. I'm sure he wants to prove a point with Harden wanting that trade and getting out of there. I look for him to be aggressive here. So I really like this, over 28.5 points where you're getting, again, the Oddsjam perfect line saying it should be minus 140, and we can get it at minus 105 at BetMGM. So again, you got to shop your books as well, because on some of these other ones like DraftKings is minus 120, Caesars minus 25. We can get a great play over here at BetMGM at minus 105. The next one we're going to look at here, we're going to actually go to assists, and we're going to pull up, we're going to come over here and pull up the assist, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to look at the Oddsjam perfect line, come down here. James Harden, over 10.5 assists. It's supposed to be around minus 137. It looks like we can get it, at minus 133 at Fox Bet, minus 135 at DraftKings. So we don't get a ton of value on this play. This is more of a play, but I want to talk about this as well. Just because there's not a ton of value on the play doesn't mean I don't love the play, right? Like, I want to, specify that. It's like, this is like a tool like anything else. We will look for, some plays that, say down here at Joel Embiid over 2.5 assists. If we want to look at this, the perfect line is minus 231 on this, and we can get it at minus 160 at Caesars, right? So that's something that maybe you want to look advantage of. But there's just a plays that to me makes sense. I'm still going to jump on them regardless. And for me, that's James Harden over 10.5 assists here, and it's a play that I do like here. I think he's going to show out. I think Embiid's going to crush in points. I think Harden's going to do everything. I think Harden gets a triple-double here just to prove a point. So I think he puts up well over 10.5 assists. He's went over this mark in 5 of his last 6 games. Brooklyn is 14th ranked in assists allowed, and I think Harden's going to put on a show here. So I'm going to go over the 10.5 assists. But if we look down here, just the assists with Joel Embiid, with a perfect line being minus 231 and Caesars at minus 160, and then we kind of pull up and look at what Joel Embiid is in assists, and we kind of dig into it a little bit, right? So he's missed it the last 2 games where he's only put up 2 assists, one in Chicago and Miami. But before that, he has put this lineup over 2.5 assists 8 games in a row. So actually, we're going to add this to the card. I wasn't really digging into this too much, but actually looking at it while we're going through this and pulling up the stats, and this is why this is a great tool like this. You kind of go through things and you're like, man, that line at minus 231, and we're getting 70 cents on the dollar. I mean, that's a hell of a bet. So again, and then looking at it a little bit more and looking at he's went over it in 8 of his last 10 games. It's like, yeah, sign me up for that. If they go in there and try to double team him, he has no problem passing this out, and Harden can drain those threes, and they got some other shooters as well. So yeah, we're going to add this to the group. So we got 4 plays now. We're going to take Embiid over 2.5 assists. And again, this is why I absolutely love looking at the Oddsjam perfect line and just to kind of use it as a tool that we might get on some plays that I might not be on. So you should always go through here. It's absolutely free. You don't have to sign up to get this. And it's again, something you should put in your toolbox when looking to bet. Okay, the next one we're going to look at here, and the last one is we're going to go in the same game. We're going to go points, rebounds, and assists. And we're going to come down and we're going to take Kyrie Irving over 33.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Again, going up against Philly here, he's going to play a ton. We all know this, and he's went over this mark in 5 of his last 6 games. The Oddsjam perfect line is at minus 144 for this over 33.5 points, rebounds, and assists. We can get it minus 115 at Caesars or minus 115 over at BetMGM. So again, almost about 30 cents on the dollar that we can, get an advantage there. So again, really good play here. I really like this. I don't even mind if you want to take a shot at Kevin Durant over 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists. We get about 12 cents on the dollar, but I still think that the points are better for him, and that's where I'm going to lean. So again, the 4 plays that we do have is Harden over 10.5 assists, Durant over 28.5 points, Kyrie Irving over 33.5 points, rebounds, and assists, and Joel Embiid over 2.5 assists, late ad, thanks to the tool here at oddsjam.com. So with that, again, appreciate each and every one of you. Hit that like button on your way out, and I will see you guys on the flip side. Deuces.